Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be going over why you feel that nobody sees your website, and this is why. So one of the biggest problems people run into online is that they feel like they're doing everything right, but nobody's seeing anything they're doing. So I'm going to touch on this in a moment. If you don't know me, my name is Seeley Clark. I'll be your tour guide for this video. Watch this video all the way through. It can help you. And if you find it valuable, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video, and mash that bell icon so you don't miss anything else from me. So like I said, if you're one of those folks who feels like you're doing everything right, but there's no people seeing anything you're doing, your website just sits there, your links aren't getting any clicks, you feel like your content's getting no traction, despite the fact that you're working your tail off, that can be confusing because it feels like your effort should equal the same results. But online, that's not how it works all the time. You can do all the right things, but you can do them in all the wrong places and still get jack diddly for your efforts. That's the key. So it's not just what you're doing, it's where the attention to your offers is coming from. So most people post in places where there's no real visibility. They're relying on platforms that don't consistently show your content. There's certain social platforms I won't mention by name, but they can throttle your content based on how much or how often you post. And a lot of the platforms out there right now will only disseminate your stuff further if you pay, which kind of screws over the organic, boots on the ground, effort-based marketing if you have time and effort to trade rather than money. So what happens now is you feel like every day is starting over. You feel like there's no momentum, no build-up, no compounding, and that can be exhausting for one human because it feels like you're stuck in a loop. You do something, nothing happens. You try something else, different platform, nothing happens. And eventually that messes with your head. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I can tell you from personal experience, it messes with your head because you start thinking that something's wrong with you. But I can tell you for a fact, it's not. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just an issue of the visibility, because if nobody sees your website on these platforms, like I said prior, your website doesn't work. Nobody clicks your links don't work. It all comes back to attention. You need consistent eyeballs on what you're doing. Not random, not occasional. You need new, fresh, interested eyeballs on your offer or website. Because once that happens, that's where you start building. You start building momentum, the amount of eyeballs on your websites. You get more clicks. You can see stuff and look at it and see what's working and pivot and do more of what's working and less of what's not so you can improve. And that'll start having you move forward with tangible results you can see for your efforts. And that'll help encourage you and keep your momentum. So that's a shift most people never make. They keep changing what they're doing randomly without any data instead of fixing, number one, where the attention is coming from and making sure it's new, fresh, and a lot of human eyeballs on what they have to offer. So that's why I've learned to keep things simple, and as well you should too. I focus on making sure that something is happening every single day. And what I mean by that is consistent exposure. That's my foundation. That's what I use every day. And you need a platform that is going to run your content. So once you post it once, it's running for you 24/7, 365. That way, if life happens, you know you have a baseline content machine running. And that's where something like daily ads here is super, super valuable. And what it does is it makes sure to consistently expose your offers to people daily, not only people in this niche, but also, since it has a public feature, people outside of this niche. So you're not relying on luck. You're not always fishing in the same small pond with a bunch of other guys shoulder to shoulder, or gals, all marketing in one small place. So you're not guessing. You're not starting from zero every day. What you're doing is making sure you have your evergreen 24/7 content machine getting out there, you're building daily, and once you're building, everything becomes easier, both psychologically and in your deployment. So if your website feels like it's not working, or if your links feel like they're dead in the water, if you're looking at it and going, why isn't this converting? The first thing I would look at is, are people actually seeing what you're doing? And if the answer is no, then it's definitely what needs to be fixed, is having content going out 24/7 by using a platform like Daily Ads. That way you can keep it simple, keep it consistent. So if this seems like it'd be something that's good for you, of course, feel free to look in the description of this video. There is a link here where you could join Daily Ads. It's free to join. I encourage you to join. Take a look around on the left-hand side of the menu. Look at the bronze membership, the silver membership, see what fits for you and what can benefit your business the most. There's all sorts of advertising options in there. And so I'd get in there, get started for free. This can really help you. I know it's helped me. So that's it for today's video. Like I said, keep it simple, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.